Welcome to our 20th anniversary celebration. The genesis of the foundation was 1988, and it was based on Dr. Steadman's vision for wanting to validate or quantify his results.
And Steadman was able to put together the 501c3 that we're still using now.
And we just, it was day one, we hit the ground running. We had rented this old dental office.
The first foundation office was, I think, a modified broom closet.
One of the early areas of interest was rehab.
Without the foundation, we were just second-guessing some things that we were doing, and they were able to actually do some sophisticated studies that really helped us find basically our niche in rehabilitation.
From the very beginning of our friendship, Dr. Steadman and I shared an affection and an appreciation, a responsibility for rehabilitation of our patients.
In the period in the early 80s, a lot of the patients I would treat came and stayed at our house, and so I would physically be involved in their rehabilitation.
So for the next 2 weeks following surgery, he had me in an open cast that we just wrapped shut. And every morning and every night, he'd have me sit on his dining room table, and he did therapy with me, moving my ankle within the restrictions that I was allowed.
The foundation took its big jump when George Gillette approached me about coming to Vail and setting up my practice here.
George was CEO of Vail at the time and wanted to improve the community, not only for skiing, but for medicine.
When I saw his style, when I saw the confidence that he built in the patient, as a patient, he was the only man that I ever was interested in seeing come to this valley in the medical field.
He told George Gillette, he says, I'll tell you what, love to go there. If my team will go with me, I'm there. What a guy.
Everybody felt that this would give everybody a chance to go to the next level.
Absolutely essential in today's world to have a strong biomechanics background for orthopedic work.
We are trying to develop techniques that can actually prevent the injuries, and once the injuries occur, help doctors to put that joint back together in the most optimal way so the patient can benefit and go back to the sport that they love.
There's a big interest in what's happened with this dual plane fluoroscopy.
It's really going to help us understand how the knee functions, how the shoulder functions, how the hip functions at a level of detail that really is unparalleled.
It's very difficult in any type of model to measure the way that the shoulder blade works, and the shoulder blade moves on the rib cage. The dual fluoro allows us to measure the whole system, so we can measure the way that the scapula moves in all three planes and the way that the humerus moves in all three planes.
So I know a number of institutions are trying to recreate what we've created here.
There's always been outstanding research coming out of this foundation.
Clinical research is really the essence of evidence-based medicine. Every patient is measured on hundreds of data points, and we have the most comprehensive clinical research database in the world.
In the clinical research, we've got an opportunity to see what our results are, and we don't have to rely on the literature. We know what our results are.
Microfracture is done on a daily basis over the entire world.
We were able to publish data that showed how the procedure worked, why it worked, and how effective it was. So if it hadn't been, and then Karen Briggs and her staff validated it.
We can put up the clinical data and say, see, patients do better because.
Our research is coming up with the answer, not an answer.
It's the perfect model of how you can take something that is an idea and then becomes a procedure, but then reaches validation and then reaches kind of worldwide acceptance.
I don't think it would be possible for me to do the surgery, having my clinical practice, and publish our outcomes, our results, without having the foundation.
To me, the fellowship is the crown jewel of the foundation.
They have access to a treasure of information that I don't think it's available anywhere else.
With the breadth of sports medicine that we offer, It clearly is considered one of the strongest, if not the strongest, sports medicine program in the country.
Every class that comes in is just a little bit smarter than the class that's just finishing. So it really keeps you on your toes.
They're a critical thinker, they have good critical appraisal skills, so it forces us to stay on top.
These are people who have, for the most part, left this valley, gone to their own communities, and elevated the quality of orthopedic surgery in their communities.
The grunt work sometimes is done by the fellows. They're kind of the worker bees that end up getting a lot of this hard work and basic research done.
It's a great combination because we're giving them education, but they're giving us the work on research that grows the foundation.
Our scientific advisory committee provides the direction and the strategic initiatives for our science.
I recognize that we didn't have all the ideas in the world, and that there were people who in their area had a lot better ideas.
Nobody has any self-interest, it is strictly to the betterment of the foundation and the fellows and the young surgeons.
You can spend a lot of money in science, you can be all over the map in science, and a lot of institutions don't have the discipline or focus that we've developed here. And that's driven by our scientific advisory committee.
The executive leadership that we get from Mike Egan is absolutely critical.
And then he brought in Mark Brisson. I think all these people are building the things that keep the foundation going.
Our goal, as we've stated, is to be the worldwide leader in evidence-based medicine. In order to do that, you have to have a world-class facility, state-of-the-art, with technology. We're going to partner with Vail Valley Medical Center and the community to build this state-of-the-art facility.
If it wasn't for the people that have donated money and put not only their money but their heart into the foundation as well, then we just wouldn't have a foundation. It wouldn't be going forward.
Our mission is to keep active people remaining active. Our goal is to be the worldwide leader in evidence-based medicine. I can't think of a better legacy for Dr. Steadman.
And the Steadman Hawkins Foundation, I think we've just scratched the surface.
What are the new things? Navigated surgery, all the cellular factors that promote growth.
The use of adult stem cells as a way to enhance microfracture.
The knee modeling, the database, all these things, they can get bigger, a lot bigger.
I think we all look forward to not just another 20. I think we're on the fast track and going up very, very rapidly right now to becoming the best in the world. Not just one of the best in the world. I think we're looking to become the best in the world.